So the other big story we're watching today, the Jesse Matthew trial. Prosecutors thought the trial would last 9 days, but today their assault case against Jesse Matthew in Fairfax County came to an abrupt end when the defendant entered a plea. Northern Virginia Bureau Chief Jeff Goldberg was there in the courtroom at the time. He joins us now live with the latest on these new developments. Jeff.
Well, Leon, this plea came together unexpectedly in the morning after the prosecution rested its case. During the recess, it took an unusually long time. We knew something was happening. Then the plea deal. Jesse Matthew entering what's called an Alford plea, meaning that he does not admit to committing the crimes, but that he knew the evidence against him was strong enough to get a conviction. The plea signed by Jesse Matthew was not what prosecutors wanted or had asked for, but it brings to an end a case that had lasted nearly 10 years, impacting the victim forever.
She said she was deeply moved and very grateful to the whole team.
The final witness for the prosecution, state forensic specialist Elizabeth Ballard, changed the course of the trial. Following Jesse Matthews' arrest in the abduction and murder of Hannah Graham, Ballard tested a DNA sample taken from Matthew and said in court that it was a 100% match with the DNA taken from under the victim's fingernail following the attack in Fairfax in 2005. He pleaded guilty in court to attempted capital murder, abduction with intent to defile, and object sexual penetration.
Yeah, I think he was guilty because the DNA pretty much matched.
Morgan Harrington's mother, Jill, watched every minute of the trial. Jesse Matthew is linked by DNA to the disappearance and death of Morgan in Charlottesville in 2009.
I am happy that it's very unlikely that this criminal will ever hurt anyone again.
Commonwealth's attorney Ray Morrow says today's plea could lead to something similar in the Hannah Graham case, and if charges are brought with Harrington.
That might put a little hitch in his giddy-up at the next trial, but who's to say?
Jesse Matthew was very calm as he addressed the judge, not showing much emotion, as he said that he understood that the maximum sentence for each of these charges is life in prison. No comment from the defense or Matthew's family following this hearing today. Sentencing for Jesse Matthew will take place on October 2nd, but next Thursday, the victim in this case will be addressing both the judge and the jury. Prosecutor Ray Morrow says she wants to tell them just how dramatic of an impact this event has had on her life. Live in Fairfax, Jeff Goldberg, ABC 7 News.
What a turn of events. Thanks, Jeff. Jesse Matthew faces capital murder charges in the death of Hannah Graham. The next hearing in that case is set for June 25th. That'll be held in Charlottesville.